Tomorrow marks the return of in-person retail. Here's what to expect in Summit. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News. First, this just in, Julie Sutor has bowed out of the county commissioner's race. In a statement released this afternoon, the current director of communications for Summit County says, quote, "My current role at the county requires my full attention and energy as our team works to keep Summit County residents healthy and safe. Much more work lies ahead." Her opponent, Tamara Pogue of Peak Health Alliance, now runs unopposed for the District 2 seat, serving Dillon and Frisco. Spring runoff has arrived about 3 weeks earlier than last year, with flooding in Steamboat and rising flows across Summit County. The Tenmile Creek peaked at 152 cubic feet per second today, 22 points higher than average, and rising steadily, while the Blue River has ebbed and flowed. Up north, the Yampa River in Steamboat is flooding, closing parks and bike paths in the area. And down south, on the Arkansas, flows are 824 CFS at Nathrop, 180 points higher than average. Summit County's annual State of the River event is going virtual. This year's meeting is held 1 week from today, May 14th, covering water issues and outlook for local rivers, reservoirs, and the Colorado River Basin. The event usually draws 100 people or more to Silverthorne, but this year, due to virus precautions, it is a Zoom video conference. Sign up at bit.ly/summitsor. That's bit.ly/summitsor. Summit takes another small step forward tomorrow when non-essential retail opens for in-store business. Stores are limited to 50% of capacity and face masks are required. Hotels, rentals, and restaurants remain closed. Summit Medical Center CEO Lee Boyles says this slow approach is the best for local healthcare.
We all are a little frustrated when our economy goes the way it does, but I would say for us as a hospital, looking at the different phases of what it takes to open up a county and open up a community, we can ensure that our health system has the capacity to safely treat COVID patients and then everybody else that requires care too.
Boyles believes a second surge of COVID cases is inevitable as people start shopping and socializing, but stay-at-home shutdown gave the hospital time to prepare.
We have much better processes to care for these people when they come to the ED, when they do need to be admitted, when we have to send them home and self-isolate.
Not everyone is reopening tomorrow, like Next Page Books in Frisco. Owner Lisa Helenko.
I feel like it's mud season, and I don't think we need to rush it right now.
Helenko is also waiting on material like hand sanitizer, but she's been open for online sales and delivery since March with a book concierge concept.
We were deemed essential because of all the parents who are homeschooling and just for general mental health of people to be able to access books and keep their minds active.
At the Silverthorne outlets, local art co-op High Country Artisans opens at 11 a.m. tomorrow, same as other outlet stores, with original painting, photography, and more from locals. Manager Gail Shears.
If we don't sell art, we don't have very large income. We don't have any income as far as meeting our base expenses.
Shears is not too worried about virus spread at the co-op. They get no more than 4 or 5 people at a time. But what about summer?
Not so much nervous as realistic. We're used to the ebb and flow, so we're thinking it'd probably be a little bit slower over the summer, but like anything else, it's hard to say.
Helenko at Next Page is a bit more nervous for her staff, including some over the age of 60. When she opens in June, the store limits crowds to no more than 6 at once. Meanwhile, opening day at Silverthorne Rec Center is weeks away. Town manager Ryan Highland.
No plans right now on a date to reopen that. I think that's down the road a bit.
Summit County's Roadmap to Recovery says high-risk recreation at rec centers, marinas, and ski areas cannot reopen until May 25th at the earliest. The rec will most likely wait until stage 3 of reopening in mid or late June.
Our staff is working really hard to make sure that when that go-ahead is given from the county and the state, that we're ready to do that in a way that's not kind of a Band-Aid where it's kind of cobbled together.
Cardio and weights open first, with social distancing and capacity limits. Classes and the swimming pool come later. Millions of dollars in grant relief kept hundreds of local businesses afloat during shutdown, and Silverthorne's Ryan Highland applauds town council for fast action.
The council's goal was to get something out there that could hopefully bridge between when some of those other financial resources hit, which were lagging a bit, and I think they accomplished that.
Silverthorne earmarked $350,000 and sent that cash to nearly 100 businesses. In Dillon, relief is through loans, up to $10,000 with generous terms. Dillon Mayor Carolyn Skawira.
Which is forgivable if in a year's time that they're back to their full staffing levels that they were before we shut everything down.
Countywide, more than 360 small businesses had access to $2.6 million in local relief. There's something soothing about the strategy of chess in the uncertainty of shutdown. Damon Pascal with the Summit Optimist Chess Club.
I like to personally demystify chess. It has this mystique of being so complicated and tricky, but I've taught lots of kindergartners to play chess.
Pascal took the club online this spring, where a group of local 6th graders are absolutely crushing it most of the time.
They've been playing a fair amount online, managing to play with each other, and then also, from what I can tell, they're playing with the broader world, and their scores are reflecting that.
It's yet another outlet for kids stuck in quarantine and could help them make sense of the pandemic. The American Council on Science and Health claims chess builds logical thinking, willpower, and motivation better than any other single subject. Test your skills against those 6th graders at chess.com by searching Summit Optimist Chess Club. And in local sports, brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Weiss Agency, the Frisco Peninsula trail system is mostly dry and ready to ride. Expect mud or patchy snow on shady trails down low, and keep the single track single. If you find snow, get out of the saddle and walk around. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News.